then that would be ball in hand to you.
So you got the GoPro up there recording our action.
Oh, okay.
Worried about getting on that floor.
I'm not mistaken, I gotta play MSAR, right? Gotta go to 3, then I can play 4. Is that right?
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, it's been a long time. I remember when I scratch, that's always ball in hand. And
Yeah.
I can slice that without scratching. I'm not seeing it.
You can play it safe.
Huh?
You can play it safe. Try to bury the cue so I can't see it, you know.
I wonder if I can come up behind it. I can't make that shot. That's as safe as I can play it. Left in pretty good shape too.
Yeah, if I could squeeze it in.
That was a pretty shot.
Nice. Pass that 6. Boom. How did that buck in you?
That's right, but I play off the 6 though. Am I right?
You gotta hit the 4 first, right? Otherwise you give me ball
Yeah.
hand.
Oh yeah, that's right. Hit the 4 first.
Maybe kick to this rail, huh?
Huh?
Kick to this
Yeah.
rail to try to kick the 4 in.
Damn it. I'd be ball in hand to you, sir.
Yep. Yeah, yeah, it's always good to go to a game where not only is it competitive, because it was scoreless, at least for the first half of the game, right?
Almost to the first period, yeah, I think
Well,
Stars.
into the second, right? I mean, it was 0-0 after the first, wasn't it? Or did someone score in the first? I thought it was scoreless.
Yeah, it was scoreless in the first, yeah, they didn't score the first part of the second period,
Yeah,
yeah.
but then, yeah, then they
Yeah,
opened it
that's
up
when
and
all-
then you just see
yeah.
all the scoring,
Yeah,
yeah. That's cool.
I wanna
I'm
tell you
glad you were
something,
able to
man,
go,
they was
'cause it-
just, god dang, man, I mean, slapping it in there, man.
Yeah, and it kills me to have tickets go to waste, so I'm glad you were able to go.
Yeah,
And
I want to tell you, my son and I thank you a lot.
Yeah, no
man.
problem.
It was a
Like I
good,
said.
father and son date, and,
Yeah.
yeah, all I had to do was buy his beer, pretzels, he got his hot dogs, so,
Yeah,
you know,
cool.
yeah, it was a good time. And he's a nasty little fucker.
Yeah,
Yeah, because when we, between periods, at the end of the first period, I didn't go out and smoke. At the end of the second period, we took a walk down there and went out on the balcony and kept nudging me over into girls and stuff.
oh, you were able to get on the platinum level?
Yeah,
Cool.
yeah, the guy let me out.
Yeah, cool.
So, better quit. You're gonna wind up getting a new stepmother if you're not careful, buddy. And you might not like her.
It's going?
Oh, no, it's not.
Okay,
Get away from there. Get away from there. Oh. What you gonna do now, Lappy boy? That's what Watson always tells me.
Yeah, I'm getting lucky on some of these misses here. Oh, I thought you were gonna have it. 'Cause that's kind of like the 3-reel shot. Looked like you were lining up for the 3-reel type shot.
Pool is a lot about geometry, isn't it?
Yep.
Good shot.
Thanks. Yes, obviously the tables play different with different cloth and different rails and stuff, but the 3-reel shot is a
Is it
good
leaving this
one.
up against here while I rack?
Yeah, that's fine, either that or just leave it like this. That's cool. Got 9 in the middle, right?
Oh, yeah. All right. I'm gonna leave you with my best West-Wakian rack.
Okay.
Holy shit, moly.
shot. Oh, man.
There's this one guy on the Stars, he's new this year.
Yeah.
I think he's new this year. Kind of a Russian kind of guy.
Yeah.
And he's missing a couple of front teeth.
Yeah, he's a great player. I like that guy. What was his name?
Starts with an S, I think. Anyway, man, I want to tell you something. He's ruthless.
What is his name? Jeez. Radulov?
What is it?
Radulov? Alexander Radulov?
Yes,
Yeah. Yeah, he is good.
Yeah, he was a beast out there tonight. And you know, I was
That line is fantastic. Him and Ben and Sagan. That's usually one of the top line.
I think the first penalty was called against the Wild for high sticking, and we only got the biggest penalty we got. I forgot what it was called for, but it cost them 17 minutes in the penalty box.
Huh.
Yeah, it was I kept thinking, what? No, it wasn't 17 minutes, I'm sorry. I kept thinking it was over 10 minutes though.
Yeah.
It was a real long penalty. The Wild got called for high sticking, and I don't know if this other guy from our team, from the Stars, got called, might have been checking. Shit.
There was that game last Tuesday, and that was incredible. They had 178 penalty minutes. Everybody was fighting left and right.
Wow.
Yeah, and it was getting so out of control that the refs just started calling a lot of 10-minute misconducts just to try to settle things down.
Wow.
It was good. I mean, we beat the hell out of them. Florida Panthers.
Well, that's a lot of time. You think you got a 15-minute period.
20.
20.
Yeah.
But that's half a period, man.
Oh, yeah.
Box, man.
Yeah, it's crazy.
That was in there for sure.
Yeah, they didn't have shape on the 3 either.
Oh, man. Maybe I ought to put my glasses on.
Are they reading glasses?
Huh?
Are they reading glasses?
No, they're bifocals.
Yeah. I have bifocals too, and I can't stand them. I actually read better without them.
Yeah, my close-up vision, my distant vision's good, but my close-up vision
It's bad, yeah.
And I've had this prescription for 2 years now, and it's about time to,
Good new ones.
yeah. Nice,
Thanks.
nice.
playing quite a bit 2 years ago, and then last year just got really ugly at work, and I went from probably playing like 3-4 days a week to like playing 1 or 2 days. And that was just tough. I could feel it in my game immediately.
You know, when I was living out there at the lake close to Jeff and stuff, usually, if we weren't going out on the lake at the afternoon or something, we usually, most of the time, we'd just go there and shoot some pool.
Yeah.
And, you know, for about an hour and a half. Really started getting to where I felt pretty comfortable.
Yeah.
And, shoot, after I quit going out there, you know, I mean, shoot. Just really kind of got off my game.
It's easy to do. I mean, going from, like I said, just 3 days a week or 4 days a week to 1 or 2, I can definitely feel it. It's like anything else, you know, you gotta.
And when I lived down in Houston, of course, when I was single, man, I used to, a lot of my buddies, they were all, you know, let's go to the club, chase some girls.
Yeah.
Well, no, we used to have a place over down the street from where I lived. I lived off of San Felipe and Boss, and got on Boss and just headed west. A few blocks when you came up to Westheimer, it's the Galleria district down in Houston, where they had a place called Hustlers.
Yeah.
Man, it was a great.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, I mean, best tables in town. The little waitresses were always on top. Just, you know, your glass never got empty. And, so I'd usually try to find somebody, you know, go in, maybe, you know, hook up with and get a table for the night, you know, keep one, you know.
Yeah.
And a lot of times you could go in there and keep the table for the evening, because you know you pay for the table, you know.
By the hour.
Yeah, by the hour.
Yeah.
And just, she'd go in there and she'd pull for about 4 or 5 hours.
Sure. Were the rates pretty good, like $5 an hour or something?
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah,
We usually
that's not
spend
bad.
20, 25, you know,
Yeah.
and, which wasn't bad. And, plus it was, you know, what I liked about it, you know, it wasn't but like 3 or 4 blocks from the house, you know, so.
Yeah, that's convenient.
Yeah, and, you know, shooting pool, I'm throwing back Crown and Coke most of the time. And, so I didn't have far to drive.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's nothing around here. I mean, you have to drive to Dallas if you want to find a pool table, you know.
I've always been paranoid about drinking than getting behind the wheel and having distance to go,
Oh, yeah.
you know?
Sure.
I got charged with 1 DUI in my life and I beat it.
Yeah.
And it cost me a couple of grand to get out of it.
Yeah.
But, I do not like getting pulled over.
Yeah.
And,
Yeah, it's not a good thing.
Usually-
Costs a lot of money. And
Usually if I know I'm gonna be going out, and I'm gonna be doing a little, throwing back beer or whatever, you know, I like to have a driver.
yeah. Oh, yeah.
Somebody that's a whole lot more sober than me.
Yeah.
'Cause sometimes it just sneaks up on you by accident. Oh, man. Think. If I come around that 7 and hit that thing.
down for the 5, but
Yeah.
gotta make the 4 first. Getting shape on the 5 doesn't mean anything if I don't make the 4, right?
Yeah, right. Look at me.
Right around it.
Man, my glasses on. Well, I'm playing, it's not like I'm gonna get another shot.
You never know.
Nice.
That'll be in the 9.
That one felt pretty. So it's gone up, visiting her daughters and,
Yep. Yeah, we went to the Derby City Classic pool tournament in Elizabeth, Indiana last week. And I was pretty bummed because they ended up canceling the straight pool tournament. And that's the whole reason why I went there.
oh, wow.
Yeah. So the Derby City Classic is based on 3 main events, being 1 pocket, banks, and 9-ball. But then secondary to that, they have the straight pool challenge. And so players will play one or all of the 3 main events. And then for the straight pool challenge, what they do is they have 4 days of qualifiers and then 4 days for the tournament. And the qualifiers is based on paying $100, getting 12 attempts at running balls. So whoever has the 8 highest runs plays in the tournament, and that goes on for 4 days. So there were some good runs that we saw. We got in Tuesday, so we saw people qualifying between Tuesday and Wednesday, but then the tournament was supposed to start Thursday, and they didn't have it because there were just too many scheduling conflicts with that event and then the 3 main ones. And the guys running the 3 main events weren't really doing them any favors. I mean, they gave them tables, they took the tables away, they kept on dicking them around.
Wow.
Yeah, so, and it happened a little last year. And I've been dying to go to this thing for years, and now I finally go, and I got screwed on the tournament part of it, so, yeah, we were.
And man, you know, you're out of time, out of money.
Yeah,
You know?
Yeah, it took 4 days of vacation and flying out there and stuff, so. Then Brandy, Donna's daughter, she drove up from Carbondale and met us there on Thursday, so she didn't see really any of the straight pool, but, I mean, that was her first pro tournament to go to, so she still enjoyed herself. I mean, it was still a good time, but, yeah, I was really bummed. And the seating, I'll show you a video, the seating for the straight pool tournament, or challenge, was just fantastic. You were literally 3-4 feet away from the table, so you're kind of sitting on this elevated kind of, I don't know, not necessarily a bench, but just like 2-3 feet of elevation, and the players are playing right there, so you might even have to move your knee or something while they're shooting, you're so close, so
Yeah.
the view was fantastic, you know, And then right behind you, you overlooked like 20 tables where they were doing the banks in one pocket and 9-ball events. So yeah, it was definitely a good venue for sure. I just, like I said, I was sour. Made the 9. We'll just spot the 9.
Okay. I like it.
I get to shoot again at least, don't I? For me,
Yes, 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 I think you do.
You're not gonna want this 1-ball shot anyway, don't you? Let's see if I can slap the 3 in. No. You see the one, can't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, so we were bummed about that. And then she got really sick Friday, didn't get out of bed. We were leaving Sunday.
How's she been doing with her eyes?
Her eyes are still fucked up, but I mean, her right eye is kind of shot to hell. Her left eye is staying stable at least, so
That's good.
yeah.
Man. Is Donna, is 66 yet?
Yeah,
She has?
she turned 66 in October.
Wow. Wow. I turned 64 in September.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There you go, nice shot.
Thank you. Every now and again, I get in there and I get lucky on one.
There you go. You got good shape on the 2 too.
Damn, Tim.
Hmm.
Oh, man, I thought that 2 was gonna roll, man.
Yeah, so when she first developed the problems with her left eye, there's this leakage, in the back of her eye. So they were giving her shots in her eye,
Yeah.
which seems kind of crazy, but it seemed to work, and then they increased the interval, between shots, and now they're not even giving her any shots. She didn't even have one all of last year.
Good.
So once they got her stable, then she did the cataract surgery, and her bad eye, her right eye, where she could barely see anything out of, all of a sudden she was seeing really well. And then she got the cataract done in the left eye, and she was seeing really well. So she was going without glasses for a little while, and then all of a sudden her right eye just started going bad again, and yeah, so she's kind of down just to the one eye.
Bless her heart.
I think you got this one, John. Yeah, it almost seemed like what he was describing is like she'd have these blind spots, and she might have a bunch of little blind spots, and then your brain kind of fills in the gaps, and you can kind of deal with it. But then I think the blind spots were all kind of coming together, and all of a sudden she like lost a field of view, huge field of view in her eye, and there was no making up for that, and that's kind of where she is now.
Mm-hmm. Man, I hate to hear that.
You know,
That's so hard. Slow down, slow down, slow down.
flag's pretty tight up. There's no benefit in making the 4 5 bet that messed up, huh?
Oh, man.
I can't see
Nice.
the five,
Yeah.
doesn't matter really, right? Be lucky if I can get that.
Good shot, Jim.
Thanks.
I don't know what I'm gonna do with it.
Yeah. At least you can nip the side of it.
Yeah.
See, don't give me ball in hand.
Let me see
Nothing
what
else.
I can do here. No, it's gonna be real tight and it's ball in hand.
Yeah. Wow.
Right, I might get another shot.
Yeah, I think you definitely will. Gonna slap something in. Uh-oh.
Oh, man.
You got ball in hand and everything.
Yeah.
I think you're out here, Jen. Should be good.
I think what really messes me up a lot when I'm shooting is that I don't know when sometimes it's hard for me to figure out, not playing for so long,
Right.
is, when I'm lining up on the cue ball,
Yeah.
if I should hit low or high
Hmm.
on the cue ball, and when I'm lining up my shot off the object ball too,
Just the aiming, you mean?
Yeah, just the aiming, where I want that ball to hit, and bring it in, to the pocket.
Yeah.
Wasn't enough, see, that's kind of like what I was talking about.
Yeah. In terms of where you want to hit it, high or low, I mean, it's really based on where you want to put the cue. So, I mean, like when you're when you're thinking about the shot, you're trying to think about where you want to be next. So for
Yeah.
example,
Exactly.
let's say you're shooting the 4 and you want to get on the 7. Obviously, if you're straight in, all you can do is stop, go forward, or go back, right? And so the things to think about is, depending on how hard you hit it, if you're a short distance away and you hit it center ball with some speed, then the cue will be sliding, and at the point of contact, if it's sliding, then it'll just stop dead. But if you hit it soft, or if you're far away, then the cue will gather some forward roll, and then it's going to keep on rolling forward, right? Whereas obviously if you hit it low, then it'll be spinning back, and then you'll draw it back. So if you just hit it firm in the center, you're going to have a stop shot, right? And you have a balls there. But if you hit it slow, then it's going to roll forward, and then obviously if you roll even further, or if you hit it kind of on the upper side of the ball, it's going to roll forward even that much further, right?
Yeah.
So what?
See, I know that, you know, if I'm taking a low shot on the cue ball, I know it's going to give it that back spin. And sometimes, depending on, I guess, maybe how it hits the ball, it won't roll back too far, you know.
Well, in the distance too,
Yeah,
well.
yeah.
Yeah. I mean, if you're really close, then you're going to have all that backspin on the cue. You're going to be able to draw it really nicely. Right.
See?
But if I'm really far away, for me to get that same draw, I'm losing a lot of the backspin during the length of the
long
shot.
shot.
Right.
Okay.
So if I hit it really, really good, then I'll be able to draw it back. But at the same time, you might need a lot of backspin just to make a stop shot. Because if I'm just trying to leave it right where the 7 is, I have to put backspin. Because if I just hit it center ball really hard, it's still going to gather forward roll, and it's going to go past the 7. So I'll have to hit backspin just to make it stop on the 7. Like that, you know. So, but in terms of, you know, playing shape, like if you're trying to play shape on that 7 and you got a slight angle, if you're not perfectly straight, then when it's sliding, it's going to go at the tangent. So wherever that 90-degree angle is, it's going to go over here. So let's say the 7's here, you're trying to play shape over here for the 7. So you want it to be sliding at the time of contact, so it goes along that path. So hit it a little low, so you're guaranteeing that it's sliding, and then it'll go right in that direction, you know. Whereas if I was,
playing for shape.
right.
Yeah.
And if I didn't hit it sliding, and I just hit it center ball or top, then I'm going to go this way, which isn't bad, but you can see there's a smaller area to get on. So you'd rather play shape over here than over there.
Yeah.
You know? So, yeah, I mean, those are the things you just start practicing and you get a feel for it. A drill that I did years ago that I still do occasionally, but not too often, is just to do these draw shots so I can get a feel for, you know, controlling my draw, controlling the speed. So I just be one diamond apart, and then I play a stop shot, which obviously is really simple, but then I try to draw it one diamond back. So I make the ball and draw it one diamond, and see make sure I get within like a 2-ball width, just to make sure I'm accurate. Now I'll try to draw back 2 diamonds. So, you know, I kind of went too far, you know, but I do that all the way to the point where I'm trying to draw back over there, and then I do the same thing over, but start with a 2-diamond separation. Stop shot, draw 1, draw 2, and so on.
Okay.
Next thing you know, I'm back here, 6 diamonds away, and I'm trying to draw all the way back, which is obviously a really tough shot. And making the ball is half the problem too when you're hitting it that hard. You know?
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's, I mean, when you're getting into the game so much where you're seeing that there's areas to improve on, it's good to identify a drill and see if there's something that can kind of get past your difficult issues of the game. And then I do that same kind of drill, only then I do follow, so then I get familiar with controlling my speed, following the cue ball to get shape, you know.
Yeah.
And then you're just developing stroke and speed and really getting a feel for how to control the cue.
Shot made me thirsty.
Yeah, you can go there.
No, I'm good.
Yeah?
Yeah. Had a beer and a half at the game.
Yeah.
Me and Derek had a beer, then bought another one. We split the last one. This one here. Like I said, I'm getting on the road and I know I'm going to be driving. I really, I keep it toned down because my oldest brother, he's a deputy sheriff, and I sure don't want to have to be calling him up when I'm getting cuffed and stuff.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. At this point, I'm avoiding drinking just because it makes me so damn tired, you know, and you don't want to be falling asleep at the wheel either.
A little bit of something we just talked about.
There you go.
Come on. Out. Oh man. It's gonna be tough. But no. Not even gonna try. I don't know.
I think it goes past that 7, does it? Well, really. Try to move the 6 ball.
Good shot, man.
Thanks.
Sweet.
No. Oh boy, I don't think I can see the 3.
If you make that 3. Oh, dude.
Sorry, man. Getting some lucky D out of this.
Well.
past the 7. That was
Yeah.
a terrible shot.
Yeah, because I don't know what I'm gonna do here. Because I'm not gonna make the 4.
Maybe I can get below the 5 here. Yeah, that's not good. See if I can play the 7. Left you long and ugly.
Mm-hmm. I had a couple of wives do that to me. A couple of ex-wives. Left me long and on the ugly side.
Yeah.
But I'm a better man for it now. Oh boy. I'm gonna have fun with this one.
Wow, you almost had that. That's a tough shot too.
Go, buddy. All in the English.
Yeah, you left me tough. Wow.
I know you can come behind that and hit that. Good shot.
You can get that in. It's a little thin, but.
See, I just can't cut that damn English right. That's where I have my biggest problems.
Yeah. Oh. Got lucky. So here's a great example, right? I want to draw to about here, so I can get straight on the 8, get on the 9. So here's where that kind of draw drill shows up, you know,
Yeah.
if I can accurately draw about 2 diamonds. So I was a little short, but I'd rather be short on that shot because I can go up table and come back down for the 9, right?
Mm-hmm.
As opposed to if I drew too much, then I'd be coming over here and that wouldn't be as good, so.
Oh, yeah. Kind of leave you in a BS area then, wouldn't it?
Right,
Good shot, man.
thanks. So that's another thing, just try to think about the worst situation, go for the other side of the ball if you can, you know.
I'm good, buddy.
You good?
Yeah, yeah.
Cool.
I gotta get home and make this drive here in a minute.
Yeah. Cool, thanks for stopping by.
Man, I enjoyed the heck out of this and I appreciate the lesson.